Imagine waking up one day and realizing that the world's richest, most powerful country is watching its own people quietly pack their bags and walk away. Not because they hate their homeland, but because the American economy is slowly losing the very people who keep it alive. For decades, America has attracted talent, labor, entrepreneurs, and dreamers from every corner of the planet. But now, for the first time in generations, millions of U.S. citizens are choosing to leave. And this silent exit is creating a long-term economic damage that almost nobody in the mainstream wants to talk about. This isn't just an emotional decision. It's economic. It's practical. And in many cases, it's about survival. When Americans leave, they don't just take their passports. They take their spending power, their education, their skills, their taxes, and their future families. And economists warn that when millions of Americans move abroad over the next decade, the U.S. could lose tens of billions of dollars in consumer spending, income tax, property tax, and investment potential. Yet every year, the number quietly grows. But why? What is pushing Americans away from the country that once symbolized limitless opportunity? Let's start with the biggest reason: the cost of living crisis. For many Americans, the math simply doesn't make sense anymore. Prices for groceries, housing, utilities, gas, and healthcare have skyrocketed far faster than wages. People working full-time, sometimes even 2 jobs, still struggle to pay rent or afford a basic middle-class life. And when they compare that reality to countries where the cost of living is half, sometimes even 1/3, they begin to ask themselves a difficult question. Why am I struggling in a wealthy nation when life could be simpler somewhere else? From Mexico to Portugal, Thailand to Costa Rica, Americans are discovering they can live safer, healthier, and more comfortable lives at a fraction of the cost. For retirees, this is even more dramatic. Their fixed income doesn't stretch in the U.S. like it used to, but internationally, it gives them freedom. But costs alone aren't the whole story. The American healthcare system is one of the biggest forces driving people away. Even with insurance, Americans face thousands of dollars in deductibles, surprise bills, and expensive medications. A single emergency room visit can cost more than an international vacation or more than an entire year of healthcare in another country. Many Americans who move abroad say that leaving the U.S. wasn't an act of fear. It was an act of self-preservation. They wanted a healthcare system that didn't punish them for being sick. There's also the rise of remote work, which has changed the idea of what it means to live in America. Millions of Americans now earn U.S. salaries while living abroad in places where their money multiplies.
This trend exploded during the pandemic and never stopped. Digital nomads are discovering that the freedom to work from anywhere gives them the power to redesign their entire lives. And many are choosing sunshine, low rent, better food, and a calmer lifestyle instead of high stress and high prices. Another major reason is the growing sense of political division. Whether left, right, or independent, many Americans feel the country has become tense, hostile, and polarized. People are tired of constant news alerts, tired of arguments, tired of feeling like the nation is breaking into pieces. Some leave because they want peace. Some leave because they want stability. And some leave because they want to raise their children in environments that feel less stressful, less divided, and less dangerous. Crime and safety also play a role. While the U.S. is still safe in many areas, crime in major cities, mass shootings, and general insecurity make some families rethink where they want to build their future. Many countries offer lower crime rates, stronger community culture, and environments that feel more predictable and peaceful. And when you combine safety with affordability, the decision becomes clearer for many families. Education costs are another factor pushing younger Americans out. The idea of taking on tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands, of dollars in student debt is terrifying for many teenagers. Meanwhile, countries abroad offer high-quality education, often at dramatically lower prices. Some even offer free or nearly free university programs for international students. Instead of starting adulthood in debt, young Americans are choosing to start life abroad with more financial freedom and less pressure. Then there's the work-life balance. In America, burnout has become normal. Long hours, limited vacation time, high stress, and constant pressure to grind have made people question whether the American lifestyle is truly sustainable. Meanwhile, Europe and many other countries offer shorter work weeks, more vacation days, guaranteed maternity leave, and an overall healthier approach to life. Americans moving abroad often say the same thing: "I finally feel like I can breathe." All of these reasons add up, but the biggest problem isn't just why Americans are leaving. It's what happens when they do. With every American that leaves, the U.S. economy loses a customer, a worker, a taxpayer, an innovator, or a potential future entrepreneur. If millions continue to leave over the next decade, the long-term economic impact could be significant. Fewer people buying homes, fewer people starting businesses, fewer young workers supporting an aging population. The loss is quiet, but it's real. And it's growing. The truth is, people don't leave a country they hate. They leave a system that no longer works for them. Americans are looking for safety, affordability, balance, and simplicity, things they feel are slipping away at home. And unless the U.S. addresses the deeper issues behind this silent exit, the trend will only accelerate. The American dream isn't disappearing. It's just moving, and millions are already following it across the border.